Because there are 72 of these sites nationwide, the National Register decided not to identify any single site for preservation. That aggravated me. And that was my stimulus then for saying, well, if no one's going to step up to preserve a site, we need to be entrepreneurial and identify a site somewhere in America worthy of preservation.
I joined the Air Force in June of 1961. I have served at all 12 of the sites at one time or another. This was our home site. 12 sites were divided into 4 sectors, and I was part of this sector. And primarily Lawn, Upland, and Denton were the 3 main facilities I served at.
Just learning about how it operated was really interesting. I'm still learning about how it worked today. I mean, it's like a never-ending thing. You acquire a piece of knowledge from various people, people that worked in them, you know. There are some of those people still left who have a lot of knowledge. Who can walk you through, for example, Roger can walk you through the silo as if he just came off shift. When I bought this, it was purely a remodel project. I had not really been aware too much of the history behind the actual sites. Working on this place was part history lesson, part sociology, part archaeology. There was just a lot of different facets.
Renovation is a liberal thought. My immediate concern was stabilization. And you have to keep in mind that water was everywhere. Wood rot, decomposing sheetrock, metals being compromised totally to rust. We feel like we've reached a point where we do have stabilization of the property, but now we have to enter a new mode, and that is rehabilitation of infrastructure that's relevant to hospitality and entertaining our guests here that we want to invite for sharing the history and the story of the Cold War.
I shared that both of the officers at that time were participants in World War II, and they knew a lot about the devastation of war, and as a consequence that had rubbed off on the rest of the crew, and we looked at that time as what that could really mean and what that could really entail. It was a time that we were elated when it was over.
The Cold War is not an episode of our history that's out there somewhere. That Texas had a significant role in America's Cold War victory. And Texans need to celebrate Texas' role in that victory.
Come out here and look at this place. Come out here and see. Come out here and listen to what Bruce has to tell you. Listen to what Old Salt said to tell you. View the museum. Think about what that museum represents in another time, in another place.
Historically, they were the beginnings of the silo era for intercontinental ballistic missiles. These were the very first ones that were built, and people have forgotten about them.
Now, I just want to say I'm very, very excited to have professionals interested in this heritage, because that is essential in sharing this history and not allowing Texas to forget it.